Howdy, and welcome to another episode of Chip News. I'm your host Chipper. Today I would like to introduce Bourgeois, author of Spirit Never Dies.
Thanks for having me on your show.
Let's start with the fact that some people say this is a version of X-Men.
That's true in a very small way. This story is more about crystal children, also known as indigo children. In many respects, some people are saying that it is the X-Men before they begin to mutate. About the time they begin to recognize they have powers.
Why don't you tell us a bit more about the main characters, Jovan and Philip?
Spirit Never Dies is the classic tale of good versus evil. Jovan is a young man who has powers, but was never really shown how to use them properly. Philip also has powers. You could say that Philip is the first generation of indigo kids. He teaches Jovan to use his powers, in what he hopes is a positive way. Sadly, that is not the case.
That brings up an interesting point. You have many people assassinated in this book, including the President of the United States. Why is that?
Terrorism comes in many forms. We are used to the more physical aspect of bombs and such, but with a new level of evolution, terrorism takes on a whole new dimension. I, as many other authors, want people to think outside the box, while giving them an entertaining story along the way.
What made you choose the title, Spirit Never Dies?
Well, if I told you that, the story would be ruined.
You also have a variety of supporting characters in your book.
Yes, well over a dozen of them. But that is all part of the story. Each of the supporting characters have a story of their own to tell, and I may give them more of a chance to do that in a sequel or two. I have not yet decided if I will do that yet.
What makes your book different than other science fiction books?
The spiritual context that it is written in, I would say. Not only is the futuristic concept there, but it also shows the spiritual side and the power that brings to one's abilities as well.
It sounds very intriguing. I do believe I will be buying a copy to read. Where is Spirit Never Dies available at?
Through my publisher CreativeHousePress.com, Amazon.com, Apple's iPhone, Android and any other bookstore outlet.
I want to thank you for being on our show today.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
That concludes another episode of Chip News, an ongoing program by Creative House International Press, Incorporated. I'm your host Chipper. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful day.